gamers, welcome to Season 4, and this year we kicked off the year right with a brand new classy intro from our good friend, Megaphil X. I will also be doing some more live action stuff once I get a better camera, so if you're wondering what happened to that, that's the deal. In the meantime, welcome to episode 107 of the game Super Metroid for the Wii Virtual Console and of course the Super Nintendo. This review has been in the planning stages since spring of 2009, but some other projects pushed it back till today. Besides, I need an awesome game to kick off the new season right, now don't I? So Super Metroid worked out awesomely. Well, it's time for us to dive into Super Metroid, and for you Metroid fanboys out there, this episode is for you guys.
I first battled the Metroids on the planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirates and leader Mother Brain to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. I next fought the Metroids on their home turf, planet SR-388. I managed to eradicate them all, except for one larva that mistook me for its mother. I personally delivered it to Galactic Research Station at Ceres so scientists could study its energy signatures. The scientists discovered the power of the Metroid might be harnessed to benefit the good of our civilization. However, once I left the station to seek a new bounty, I received a distress call from near the asteroid belt. The station was under fire. I pray I'm not too late. This looks like the work of those vile space pirates. I better check for a pulse. Maybe some survived this massacre. Nothing. The body isn't even warm anymore. Better keep moving. I have to make sure these people's deaths were not in vain. A Metroid, something is amiss. Ridley, but how? These people were civilians. That's a new low even for you. This time, I'll make sure you stay dead. Ridley, you'll pay for the lives you took.
Super Metroid is a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure game with lots of open-ended goodness. Players take on the role of bounty hunter Samus Aran once again. Much like the last two Metroid games, this game expects you to explore the entire subterranean world, fighting off lots of enemies, finding missiles, discovering hidden secrets, learning new abilities, and fighting the bosses. The returning power-ups for this game are the Morph Ball, Space Jump, Ball Jump, Screw Attack, Freeze Beam, and the Plasma Beam from Metroid 2. New to the series is of course Samus's Moonwalk. Speed Booster allows Samus to exceed superhuman speeds and destroy walls and barriers in her path. The Super Missiles pack a bigger punch. The Grapple allows you to swing from special blocks located in most of the ceilings in the game, and the X-Ray Visor can see through obstacles and discovers hidden passageways for the player. Lastly, Samus can also combine different weapons for more powerful Buster Cannon action. Oh yeah. Still, the overall point of this game is to explore the planet Zebes, track Ridley, find the missing Metroid, annihilate Mother Brain, and escape the planet before it explodes. Again. Other than the graphics overhaul, Super Metroid improves on the gameplay a lot since the old NES days. For one, players can select missiles and other abilities while pressing the select button, or the minus button. Shooting is done with the X button, and you can hold in the button to perform a charge shot. Samus can aim in multiple directions as well, although you will mostly only use the L and R buttons to aim. You morph into a ball by pressing down twice, and have various bombs that you can use with the X button. The gameplay is downright excellent and requires you to revisit locations using new abilities. Part of the charm of this game is the gameplay, and it's so fine-tuned that virtually anyone can pick up this game and start playing right away. This aspect of the game still holds up to the same standard of excellence 15 years later. Super Metroid is a much deeper adventure with richer environments and an insane amount of detail. This not only gives the game more dramatic overtones, but adds a sense of wonder, amazement, and excitement around every corner for the player. Gamers really feel like the bounty hunter. Exploring has always been a very key element for the Metroid series, and the developers really outdid themselves this time. Like the first Metroid game, each location you visit has its own distinctive theme, color scheme, and monsters. Samus visits familiar locations and new ones at the same time, and they all stand out. For a 2D game, this really pushed the limits of what the Super Nintendo was capable of. The detail was so redefined, the graphics were crisp and smooth, the foregrounds looked beautiful, the shadow effects, the shading, the lighting, everything looked great. Not to mention the Mode 7 stuff almost looked 3D. My favorite stages in this game are a toss-up between fan favorite Norfair, with all the lava and different stuff like that, and the new underwater stage. Because I love the ripple effects, I love the lighting, everything made it feel like the player was underwater. But this is just a really beautiful game to look at, and I absolutely love the visuals for this game, and I don't think it looks dated at all. To quote my good buddy Chris Holland, a very great aspect of this game is the diversity of the music, and how it draws in its listener. Kenji Yamamoto did a great job, and I like the music. I agree, Chris. It fits the mood perfectly and reflects what emotion the player and Samus are feeling at that particular time in the game. Super Metroid attempts to stay true to its predecessors by using 16-bit arrangements of the music from previous Metroid games. This helps add to the nearly flawless gameplay experience, and no matter where you are on the map, the music expresses the atmosphere and draws the player deeper into the game. Because of the direction Yamato went, it gave the game a very nostalgic feel to it, and immediately put older gamers back into the world of Metroid. At the same time, he created brand new music for the series that has since become a staple to every Metroid game since. The new music was tense, exciting, creepy, ambient, and sometimes even got your adrenaline pumping. I personally loved the music for this game, and I would love to do an arrangement with Chris down the road.